We the fire in the belly of the beast. A menace to society. We hungry, gotta eat. We ain't gotta lie when it's clear enough to see. Action over anything means everything to me. It means everything. We get it fired up. We gotta light it up. We get it fired up. I got it in my blood.
How good is it to see that man back on the basketball floor? This good, a 13-point victory good, 122-109, the final score. The Denver Nuggets beat the Los Angeles Clippers. Welcome to Nuggets Postgame Live, presented by your Front Range Toyota dealers. Katie Winge, Chris Dempsey, breaking down this Denver Nuggets win here at Ball Arena. Did you guys like seeing Nikola Jokic? Yeah, same. This win, bigger than it might seem on paper too, Chris Dempsey, because yes, Nikola Jokic is back and that's massive for the Denver Nuggets, but to beat the Los Angeles Clippers, a team that had won 3 games in a row, a team that was holding teams under 100 points in that 3-game win streak, what did the Nuggets just show?
Yeah, it's interesting, you get Nikola Jokic back and everything just snaps back into place, right? The offense makes a whole lot more sense. Katie, well, I know we're going to talk about Nikola, but we asked the question prior to the game, what are reasonable expectations for his point totals? And I just jokingly said, hey, how about 29 points, 12, like his averages?
Sure did.
And then I said, well, okay, let's just all calm down. That's probably not going to happen on his first game back. Well, yeah, it did. He rolled out there exactly as he left. And then not only that, and let's just take a look at it. I mean, this is...
Please note the minutes. If I had a telestrator, I would circle that because he did all of this in less than 25 minutes of play.
Yeah, he did. And 8 of 11, 31 points on 11 shots. That's crazy efficiency from him. And he's not even rounded into actual real form. He will get there later, but they substituted him, pretty liberally. They took him out early, put him back halfway through the second quarter. It's kind of they reversed what they usually do with Jamal Murray with him in terms of substitutions. But he made every shot around the basket. He made 3-point shots. He just looked really great. He didn't really even look as if there were any residual effects from the knee injury, except for the fact that he was wearing the leg sleeve. So, Jokic, what a player, man. What a player. He really helps the Nuggets get back to what they are. Absolutely. And the standing ovations that he got were certainly what.
I think Scott Hastings' point at the end of the game too, we went a month without watching Nikola Jokic play basketball, the best basketball player in the world, off the floor. And this was just a great reminder of do not take a second of this for granted. Mm-hmm. That we get to watch Nikola Jokic do this and have these reactions caused from what he's able to do on the floor. It's just incredible. He led the team tonight in points, steals, and rebounds.
Yeah,
I
didn't even mention
25
the
minutes.
I know. He does everything. And what's funny about this margin of victory too? So when the Nuggets at the beginning of the season were basically blowing every team out, their net rating at the time would have been the highest net rating in the history of the NBA. Well, this looks exactly like what they were doing, and there's still no Aaron Gordon, still no Christian Brown, still no Cameron Johnson. So all those guys have yet to come back. When they do, you understand how this team is unbelievable.
Watch out.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our Ball aluminum assist tonight, and it had us all on our feet. Our jaws dropped. Ball Corporation reminds you to choose aluminum. This is quintessential Nikola Jokic. It came late in the game. He put a little spice on his pass behind the back to Peyton Watson, led him right to the hoop. It's so good.
Yeah. Yes. And look, when you get a pass like this, if you're Peyton Watson, you better dunk like that.
You see Nikola Jokic read John Collins, who's pointing to the switches. Peyton Watson does such a good job of just slipping right to the basket there. Nikola Jokic is playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah, and so for that little action right there for the Nuggets, it's a pretty simple read for Peyton Watson. As we see the crowd hyped here at Colorado Social, but it's a pretty simple read when you get that screen up there. If they're going to play you on top of that screen action, then you just dive, right? And so then the behind the back dive pass is there. If they play you under that, then you get into dribble handoff action. You can do whatever else. So the Nuggets have an answer for everything. The answers get a whole lot easier when Nikola Jokic is on the court, and he played great.
Time for a first time out here in Nuggets Postgame Live. So good to see Nikola Jokic back doing Nikola Jokic things. 122-109, a 13-point victory. Smiles all around at Ball Arena. Nikola Jokic helps the Denver Nuggets get this win here at home. Second night of a back-to-back. Standing ovation for Nikola Jokic, who had been out for 16 games. Let's go downstairs right now to hear tonight's coach's comments, brought to you by Advent Health.
The foul trouble helped in the first half. And then, obviously because we pulled away at the end, I got to get him out. At the most, he probably would have played 3 more minutes, maybe. Just trying to balance as best we can with the information that's been given to us. But obviously he was very impactful. He's incredible. But yeah, no, not just him, Jonas, Jamal went a little above where I wanted to get him, but that's just how it's been lately. But for the most part, happy with the minutes for all those guys. I thought they played well enough for me to keep it at a good place. And then I thought the second unit, especially in the first half, did a great job of keeping the lead where it was at. In the second half, I had to come back with those guys a little bit earlier, which was okay because of the first half. So it just kind of worked itself out.
You said ideally if it was 24 for Joker and 24 for Jonas, that would be the best world. Are you thinking about them for the time being as kind of the same person and splitting up like that?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the game will demand something different. It'll be how they're feeling, their communication with me, Dan Sheminsky and Steve, where they're at. I just have to be in constant communication with people. I keep saying this, but a 4-minute run, well, every 4 minutes is completely different than the last. There's physical 4 minutes, there's no fouls called, nothing called, and you're just getting up and down, constantly. So just have to read the game as best I can. And then, like I said, those guys have to be adults and communicate where they're at and be unselfish. If I put you in, I take you right back out to try to balance this whole thing out.
Is there a Jokic skill set that you found yourself thinking you missed the most as you were watching him in this game?
The passing obviously is incredible. And I would say the rebounding, not having Jonas and Nikola during that whole stretch was just, it made it really tough. And the guys were giving great effort, but, they have 16 combined tonight against a team that's crashing, a team with Zubats who averages 4 a game. That impact, and it's one of those things where it's just about possessing the ball, and that's why the defensive rebound is so important. You just give yourself so many more opportunities to score, and with our team, the way we shoot it, 16 to 28 from 3, and I thought Jamal so underrated tonight. They were up in pick and rolls. He got off the ball. He was clean. He had 9 assists. If you want to look back at the tape, he was probably responsible for 20 of the next pass to a wide open 3. And obviously it's Nikola in the pocket. So all those things are things we didn't have. But yeah, it's special to have Jokic back in all the ways that he is the best basketball player in the world.
Coach, any indication on the status of Tim Hardaway when he went out?
I just talked to him. He tweaked his ankle. Obviously they'll look at it. Right now he's jacked up. So he was talking about Sunday and how excited he was to play, but we'll definitely take a look at him tomorrow, Sunday morning, make a good decision for him. As you guys know, what Tim has done this season has been incredible. So again, 22 points, a +10, just spread the floor, plays with aggression. We have to take care of Tim. He's so important to our team and our rotation.
That felt like a pretty awesome Spencer game. Just in terms of how much he was hustling, diving for loose balls. What did you see from it?
Yeah, exactly. Created extra possessions for us. The 6 rebounds, guarded both of their all-star players, Hall of Fame players. Did a really nice job. Thought he got much more discipline after the first foul of keeping his hands off of them. Sometimes they make contact and they get the whistle. It's just the way it is. And that's how the NBA is. But no, Spence he's such a glue guy. And I talked about Hunter the other night and his impact. Spence plays 35 minutes, has 4 points, but that's not the point. It's what he does, for the other guys. So the way he screens and cuts and spaces, he's just a solid basketball player, a guy you'd love to play pickup with. So yeah, Spence was great.
You heard David Adelman say right there, Jamal Murray's game was underrated. What did you guys think of Jamal Murray's game tonight?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. We're going to appreciate it right now because what he was able to do, 20 points, 7 of 10 from the field. How much did you see the pressure that Jamal Murray has been feeling release with Nikola Jokic being back on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just said it perfectly right there. And that is, he just did not face the same kind of consistent doubling. Now, they did try to get the ball out of his hands a few times today, so it wasn't non-existent today. But, you know, it wasn't start to finish. It wasn't, all these possessions weren't as heavy for him as they have been over the last month without Nikola Jokic. And I'm sure if you're Jamal, you're probably like, thank you for coming back, Nikola, because now I have more space to be able to operate. And I thought that he did a good job of not just trying to inject himself in the game in a shooting sense.
Force the issue.
Yeah, exactly right. He didn't force anything. He had 5 assists at halftime. He only had like 6 shots, I think, maybe at halftime. I might be a little bit high on that number. And then in the second half, found a little bit more scoring rhythm there. Knocked in 4 3-pointers in this basketball game too. So, Jamal has been it's been so well done for him the entirety of the season. Do you need him to score tonight? He'll score. Do you need him to play make? Then he'll play make. Do you need him to accept double teams and make sure everybody else eats? Then he does that too. Absolutely. On Sunday, he will be an all-star. Simple as that.
Jamal Star will be in full effect.
Yeah.
In full effect. He led the team tonight with 9 assists. So was doing a little bit of everything for the Denver Nuggets. You also heard David Adelman talk about Tim Hardaway Jr., how important he is to this Denver Nuggets team. Hopefully that ankle turn is nothing serious. He once again was on a heater tonight, 5 of 7 from the 3-point line. Just how important is he to this team?
Yeah, he's super important. Katie, the more he does this as the season goes on, he's one of the best acquisitions. If you go back in the history of this franchise and start naming all the really good acquisitions that they've made, and there's been some, he's going to fit on that list. He's having one of the best shooting seasons of his career. He's spacing the floor for the Nuggets. He's giving them scoring off the bench, which is something that they needed obviously very desperately last season. But he's given it to them this season. Defensively, he's good. He's not even forcing. He took 9 shots to get 22 points. Come on, man. I mean, what is happening with that? So hopefully we'll just cross our fingers that he's going to be fine with this ankle injury. But what he has put on the court should be, as you have said many, many times, should be worthy of at least being in the finalists for 6th Man of the Year.
I agree. This is a really good stat, too. As a full-time starter last year, he had 9 games where he hit 5 or more threes.
Yeah.
This year, as someone that comes off the bench, as a reserve for the Denver Nuggets, 10 games already with 5 or more three-pointers.
Yeah. I think a large part of that is you can't even say, I don't know how, he crosses over with jokers sometimes.
It's the system.
But not all the time. It's the system. It's so much better at getting shooters open here than Detroit.
Anywhere else, I would say.
Yeah, almost anywhere else. Golden State, really good.
Yes.
Really good too, and maybe Boston. But if you go from the Detroit Pistons to the Denver Nuggets, your open shot, just the quantity of shots that you're getting open is just huge. So, and then he's just knocking them all in. So I'm sure he appreciates it being here a whole lot.
Yeah, the quantity and the quality that he's getting.
Yeah.
For sure. We're going to take another break here in Nuggets Postgame Live. When we come back, we'll continue to react to this Denver Nuggets win on Serbian Heritage Night. All of the Jokic fans loving what they saw here at Ball Arena.